Audio log number 1 is right in the beginning of the stage. Just turn around, and I'll be right behind the container.
General evacuation.
Audio log number 2 is right after you encounter a warpath for the first time. Just make a right through the door, and it will be on top of the stairs, all the way at the end of the room.
You might want to gear up at the Teletran terminal.
Get these enforcers online. Take cover! Put out that fire.
Optimus may subsist on sheer determination and will alone. Greatly.
Audio log number 3 is right after the Decepticon counterattack in front of the nerve center. Just follow the path in the video, and it'll be behind one of the doors that the Decepticons come out of.
Battlefield log 1186. Sideswipe transmitting from.
Audio log number 4 will be on your left as soon as you enter the nerve center. It will be at the end of the path on the table on your right.
Hello, Autobots. Per Technological Directive 84 Beta 1, initiated by.
Blueprint number 1 will be right after you defeat the Decepticon break-in at the nerve center.
Right, Optimus.
This should be right on your main route. You can't miss it.
You'll need to head through the engine room. That's where we assembled the ARC's boosters.
I remember.
Audio log number 5 is in a locked room in the open area outside the engine room where you just had a battle. You'll need to pick up a Moleculon fuse to open it. Just follow the video and you should get it.
ARC inspection log 1245. Sideswipe here. Transmitting to.
Audio log number 6 will be in the next area right after picking up audio log number 5. Just jump down, go across the room, and pick it up.
Battlefield log 4578. Leapers. There's a whole platoon of them activated. If you're listening to this.
Audio log number 7, and the last one for this chapter, is in the area where you see Starscream and his flunkies massacre your Autobot comrades. Just follow the guide, and you should be able to find it.
ARC inspection log 1313. My final entry in this record. As anyone who has listened.
Blueprint number 2, and the last collectible for this chapter, is in the room where Optimus Prime regrets not being able to save his Autobot friends. Just make a left, make a right, and go straight ahead. Congratulations. Audio log number 1 is right after you cross the first bridge. You'll come off a ramp. It'll be on your right under some debris.
Ironhide log. Fight this war for so long. Sometime.
Audio log number 2 will be available right after Metroplex destroys the first warp gun. If you continue down the main route, it'll be on your right before you go up the ramp to the second floor.
No Cybertronian who's seen our once great home in its current form need be reminded that our planet.
Audio log number 3 is in the area where Metroplex destroys a bridge of Marauders. After you clear the enemies below, you jump down, pick up the Moleculon fuse. You'll need it to charge up the gravity pad to jump up into the blocked area, and there it will be.
A young archivist named Orion Pax was the first to sense something was wrong.
Alright, after Metroplex gives a few Decepticons the down low, head down to the lowest portion of the stairwell, and audio log number 4 will be there.
Lieutenant, we're pinned down. Do not proceed to rendezvous.
Starting off where you found audio log number 4, go up to the mid-level, knock down the gate, make a left, pry open the door, use the grab pad to go to the top, follow the path, and you'll find blueprint number 1. Audio log number 5 can be found at the crash site of the downed Autobot dropship. Just clear out the enemies down below, jump down, head to the right, and it will be behind a pillar.
When the Decepticons came, they came with a ferocity no one had seen before. We Autobot.
Blueprint number 2 can be found with Warpath and his team in the plaza right after you rescue them. They'll be right behind him in the down dropship. Audio log number 6 can be found on the back of a giant statue head that's blocking a path. You and Warpath will move it and just go around it, and you'll find it right there.
Do it together. Heavier than it looks. Well, then, Warpath, move forward and keep your optics open for more Decepticons.
Charged with being the last line of defense for Iacon, the Autobot's capital, and guarding the gate.
Audio log number 7 and the last collectible for this chapter can be found right after Metroplex saved you from a bunch of leapers. Just continue down the corridor, make a left, and you'll see it on the floor. Congratulations.
Across the surface of Cybertron.
Blueprint number 1 can be found after discovering Grimlock's down transport. Just continue on to the tunnel ahead, and it'll be on your left.
Lot leaves quite the trail.
Audio log number 1 can be found after taking down your first Decepticon with your sneak attack. Just make a right, and it should be down the ramp.
Field recon transmission. I've reached the reservoir in question and sampled the liquid substance.
Blueprint number 2 can be found after accessing your first Teletron 1 store. Just head up the ramp up the catwalk and make a left, and you should see it right there. Audio log number 2 can be found right after riding the trash compactor up to the 2nd floor. Just enter the vent behind you, and you should see it straight ahead.
Have I observed such a traumatizing sight? An entire city of rust.
Audio log number 3 can be found right after encountering your first Guardian. It'll be on your main route. Can't miss it.
I evaded detection longer than any other Autobot. Me.
Blueprint number 3 can be found right after finding audio log number 3. Just continue down the hallway and you'll see it on your left. Audio log number 4 can be found after picking up blueprint number 3. After jumping down to enter some vents, make a right at the fork and you'll find it in a small room.
Audio logs. That's all we hear about these days. Since the
Audio log number 5 and the last audio log for this chapter can be found right after Jazz and Clipjumper talk about how Grimlock's a hothead. When you enter the vents, make a left at the fork and you'll find it in another small room.
Not much is known about the civilization that once spanned.
Blueprint number 4 and the last collectible for this chapter can be found right after detecting the distress signal. Will be along the main route. Congratulations. Audio log number 1 can be found right after escaping the Insecticons. Just continue down the main route, you'll see it on your left.
What an unexpected surprise. A small
Audio log number 2 can be found right after you find out there are intruders. Just continue through the door and you'll see it right there.
I am annoyed by the perceived value of this inconsequential Energon Lake. It is what
Blueprint number 1 can be found right after dealing with the security team that was sent to deal with the intruders. Just follow the path in the video and you should be able to get it. Audio log number 3 can be found right after covering Clipjumper. Just head into the next area using your grapple arm, and you should see it right there. And if you continue into the next room, you'll find blueprint number 2. Just watch out for the shocks.
for a scientist, Shockwave sure can act like an absolute idiot.
Scrap! Wait!
Audio log number 4 can be found right after Cliffjumper goes into the dark room. Just head up into the detour, make a right, continue down the corridor, make a left, and you should see the entrance in the upper right. You have to use your grapple arm to see it.
I've had just about enough of these Decepticons.
Blueprint number 3 and the last collectible for this chapter can be found in the room with the switch that turns on the light in Cliffjumper's room. You should see it as soon as you come in. You can't miss it. Congratulations. Audio log number 1 can be found right at the beginning of the stage. Just fly forward and follow the lower tunnels and you should run right into it.
What is this place?
Ancient Autobot City. No one's been here for ages.
Reminds me of how we trashed Ayaka.
Forward recon to base. Over. Base. I'm not sure if I've got a transmission.
Audio log number 2 can be found in the area where you encounter your first obstacle.
Both the Autobots and the Decepticons utilize minefields to protect and...
The only blueprint in this chapter can be found right after you use your shockwave ability. You can see it hanging not too far away from you. Audio log number 3 can be found after picking up the blueprint. Just fly below the platform and you'll be able to see it.
Some argued I should have split the convoy and Energon on its journey.
Audio log number 4 can be found right after opening the door and dealing with the reinforcements that come through it. It can be found in an open armory recreator on the right before the tunnel that leads to the next area.
Devoured just about as much Energon as they...
Audio log number 5 and the last collectible in this chapter can be found in the lower bridge area. When you're flying through the tunnels, you should see it on the floor on your left. Just drop down, pick it up. Congratulations.
lately about how the Autobots are through.
Alright, for this chapter, there's only one audio log and one blueprint. So after you take out the rear treads, burn rubber, and head forward, you'll eventually hit a roadblock, and you'll find the blueprint leaning against it. After breaking through the roadblock, you'll need to grapple across a few platforms to reach the audio log. Congratulations.
Onslaught, Brawl, Vortex, Swindle, and Blastoff.
Alright, the first audio log for this chapter was tricky to find. So starting from when you first get onto the side of the ship, just follow the video and you should be able to get it.
Seldom have I felt more vulnerable on a mission. I think my...
The only blueprint in this chapter can be found right after activating the extending bridge to reach the first turret. You'll find it inside of an armory recreator. Audio log number 2 can be found just left of the turret's ammunition loaders. It should be on the lowest platform.
I can't figure out for the life of me who's the bigger idiot. The lunkhead?
Audio log number 3 and the last collectible for this chapter can be found on the main route where Blastoff just bombed 2 Autobots.
Perimeter recon
They'll be at the rear of the ship. You can't miss them. Congratulations.
We're all quiet on the Western Front out here.
So just like chapter 7, this chapter has one of each. So after you exit the first room, you'll find the audio log in an open cell. You need to use your hover ability to get it.
Starscream stepped in it this time.
Me will ensure you.
And then you can find the blueprint in a display case in the same room as the Teletron 1 store. Congratulations. At this point, you should have the Beachcomber achievement unlocked from collecting all the blueprints. That just leaves audio logs. So the first audio log in this chapter can be found in the area following your encounter with the Carform Autobots. Just follow the guide and you should be able to find it.
Though it might be true that we have no choice, I I'm still uneasy about treating a sentient, even one as savage.
Audio log number 2 can be found after encountering your first enemy cannon turret. It'll be at the end of the area behind some crates. You could pick it up before or after rendezvousing with Soundwave.
After just a very short set of cycles, what seemed like a nanoclick.
Audio log number 3 can be found right after your short talk with Optimus Prime. Just jump off to the left and you should find it on the bottom.
After countless megacycles of war, I have failed.
Audio log number 4 can be found after your encounter with the Autobot Titan. Just look for the hole in the ceiling next to bars. Use your hover ability to get up and over, and you'll find the audio log at the bottom of the stairs.
Peace will be attained through war, and nothing short of it. Hearing this,
Audio log number 5 and the last one for this chapter can be found in the room where you activate the crane to pull out Trypticon's torso. It will be sitting on one of the consoles. Congratulations.
has Optimus witnessed firsthand the sight of Trypticon disassembled?
Audio log number 1 for this chapter can be found in the same room where you switch characters to Starscream.
Lab report 1161. Experimentation continues.
Audio log number 2 can be found right after leaving your starting tower. Just fly around to the left and you'll see a small room hanging off the side. Just enter through the top and you'll find it in there.
Trypticon failed me in spectacular fashion.
Audio log number 3 can be found near the east tower. There will be another tower next to it. Just enter through the roof and you'll see it sitting on a console.
Advisory to all Decepticons within range of this transmission. Space race.
Audio log number 4 can be found at the west tower. It's in the same tower as your objective. It'll be sitting on a console as well.
Tower security systems. Internal security report. Field to bay.
Audio log number 5 can be found in the north tower. It'll be in the big room where you just fought a Guardian and a bunch of Decepticons. It'll be sitting on a console just like the other ones.
No one around here even bothers to question that nutjob Shockwave anymore. But
Audio log number 6 is behind a gate. Just follow the video and you should be able to fly around it.
Always tinkering on you, Shockwave. Must be quite the test.
Shockwave. All effort.
Audio log number 7 can be found behind a transparent door within the same room as where you rescued Swoop. Just break it down and you'll find it waiting for you.
Lab report 1164. With thin membrane stretching from its frail arms to its
Audio log number 8 can be found right before you fight Hardshell. Just make a left and destroy the Teletron 1 store that's in your way. It's within a hidden room.
Incompatible with Teletran.
Shockwave's log. Inspired by my enhancements on the Autobot.
Audio log number 9 and the last audio log for this chapter can be found right under the bridge with the security shields. Just follow the path and you'll get it. Congratulations.
I've had just about enough of these Insecticons.
Audio log number 1 for this chapter can be found after falling through the floor. Just jump down to the green liquid and head through that tunnel and you'll find it.
Lab report 1165. Its front protected by a triple spiked shield, and from the rear.
Audio log number 2 can be found after falling through the floor again. It will be in the far right corner of the chamber you just fell into.
Lab report 1162. Source code of Autobot Bruiser combined with a large.
Audio log number 3 can be found outside where the Dinobots notice the space bridge tower. It will be in a small cave on your right.
Lab report 1166. A second heavily armored defense weapon might be inspired.
Audio log number 4 and the last audio log for the fall of Cybertron can be found after Slug helps you up at the second time you're outside. Just go where he exited adjacent from you, and you got it. Congratulations.
Lab report 1163. Spitter. The name says it all.